Kofi was a quiet 10-year-old boy who loved spending time alone. Every day after school, instead of playing football or hanging out with the other kids, he walked to the town's public garden. It was a peaceful place with tall trees, colorful flowers, and birds that sang like they owned the whole world. But what Kofi loved most was an old wooden bench that sat under a large mango tree. The paint was peeling, one leg was slightly shorter than the others, and it creaked whenever someone sat on it. But to Kofi, it felt like the safest place in the world. One afternoon, as he sat drawing in his small notebook, an elderly woman slowly walked toward the bench. She looked tired, sad, and worried. She sat beside him without saying a word. After a minute of silence, she took a deep breath, closed her eyes, and relaxed. Then, to Kofi's surprise, she stood up smiling gently and whispered, "Thank you," before leaving. Kofi blinked. Why was she thanking him? He hadn't said anything. He hadn't even looked at her properly. The next day, he returned to the bench, thinking about the strange moment. As he watched, a man with a broken bicycle stopped by, frustrated and sweaty. He sat on the bench, rubbing his forehead. After a while, he suddenly laughed and said, "I know what to do." Then he hopped up, fixed the chain easily, and rode off smiling. Kofi began to notice a pattern. Almost everyone who sat on the old wooden bench left feeling better, calmer, happier, braver. Something was happening here, and Kofi wanted to understand it. A few days later, a girl from his school named Amara sat next to him. She clutched her flute case tightly and tapped her foot nervously. After a long moment, she whispered, "I'm scared to join the music club. They're all better than me." She wasn't talking to him, just speaking into the air. But Kofi felt something warm inside him. Slowly he said, "You don't have to be the best. You just have to enjoy it." Amara stared at him, surprised by his gentle voice. After a quiet moment, she smiled. "You're right," she said softly. "I'll join." As she walked away, she turned back and added, "Thank you, Kofi." Kofi sat there, shocked. He had actually helped someone. He wasn't sure how, but he had. The more he sat on the bench, the more people came. A woman cried quietly about her missing cat. A schoolboy complained about being moved to a new class. A teenage girl worried about failing her exams. A father stressed about work. And somehow, in small, simple ways, Kofi began talking to them. He didn't say much, but the little he said always seemed to help. People left the bench lighter, smiling, or with new hope in their eyes. Soon, whispers spread around the garden. "Have you talked to the helper of the garden? I heard he's just a kid. What's his name? Kofi, I think." But Kofi didn't think he was special. He thought the bench was. He thought maybe the wood had some magic. Or maybe sitting under the big mango tree made people relax enough to think clearly. But deep inside, he wondered, was it really the bench? One Friday evening, as the sun turned orange and the garden became quiet, Kofi noticed something new on the bench. A folded paper, carefully placed, not blown by the wind. Someone had left it there for him. His heart beat fast as he opened it. Don't stop helping people. But be careful. Not everyone who sits on this bench comes with good intentions. Kofi looked around quickly, but the garden was empty. No voices, no footsteps, just the rustling leaves and a distant bird call. The note felt like a warning, and he did not know who wrote it or why. But he kept it in his pocket and walked home, thinking about it the whole way. The next day, he returned as usual, though part of him felt nervous. Not long after he sat down, a boy he had never seen before approached the bench. He looked angry, his fists were clenched, and his eyebrows were pulled tight. When he sat down, the bench creaked loudly, but he didn't seem to care. "I hate this place," the boy muttered. "I hate my new school. I have no friends. Everyone stares at me like I'm strange." Kofi swallowed. Was this the person from the note? Should he say something? He felt a cold shiver run through him, but he also felt sorry for the boy. He gathered his courage and asked softly, "Why do you feel that way?" The boy didn't answer at first. Then he sighed heavily. "I don't know how to talk to people. I say weird things. People avoid me." Kofi nodded slowly. "I used to have the same problem," he admitted. "I didn't know how to talk, but sitting here, helping people, it taught me. Maybe you just need someone to talk to." The boy looked at him properly for the first time. His angry expression softened. "What's your name?" he asked quietly. "Kofi." "I'm Daniel," the boy said. "Maybe we can meet here again tomorrow?" Kofi nodded. A small smile spread on Daniel's face, his first smile of the day. After Daniel left, Kofi found another note under the bench. This one was smaller and simpler. You are the one helping people, not the bench. Kofi held the note tightly. Suddenly, everything became clear. The bench wasn't special because of magic wood or a secret spell. It was special because he chose to sit there, because he listened, because he cared. The bench only gave him a place to start. He was the one making people feel better. He was the calm voice they needed. He was the reason they left smiling. From that day on, Kofi didn't hide behind his shyness anymore. He greeted people, he listened, he encouraged, and the old wooden bench became a symbol of comfort, not because of magic, but because of a quiet boy with a big heart. People came from different parts of town to talk to him. Kids, adults, even teachers. They called him the helper of the garden, but he always smiled and whispered back to himself, "Thank you, bench. You helped me first." Kofi never found out who left the notes. Maybe it was someone who had been helped before. Maybe it was someone who saw his kindness. But whoever it was, their words stayed with him forever. And every afternoon, as the sun fell behind the mango tree, Kofi sat on the old wooden bench, ready to help the next person who needed a friend.
If you made it this far, you clearly enjoyed the story. Welcome to the world of AJ Storypulse. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.